Good morning, good morning. What's up, folks? What's going on? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. We are well on our way to having a great week. Probably one of the best weeks we've had in a long time. So thank y'all for joining me. Y'all looking like, why isn't Dennis in his car yet? I know he gotta go to work. Yeah. I do gotta go to work. I will be getting in the car shortly. But I left my little internet card thing today, so I couldn't really do this from my car without there being like a lot of skipping. And I know these videos are like a pain in the butt when they skip. So that's why I'm not at the car right now. So, but good morning. God bless. Do a couple jumping jacks. Do something. Get your day going. Get yourself started right. Let me turn this down just a little bit. So, what we got going on, folks? First, I want to say God bless. I want y'all to have a blessed day. Thank God for being awake. And then just when you get up, most of you guys are probably already well on your way, but make sure you guys take some time to get your mind right. Take some time, eat some breakfast. You gotta do some stretches, some exercising, or whatever you gotta do. Make sure you do that. And get yourself mentally prepared for the day. Try not to just wake up and just rush out the door. Give yourself some time to, get centered. Maybe watch a television show. Remember, we used to watch early morning cartoons before school. Then you had to walk to school, go to the bus stop and everything. But we'd be up for a good little while. We'd eat breakfast from Apple Jacks and whatever. And then we get our day started. So just make sure you take care of yourself in the morning. Why don't you guys try something new? Try to wake up tomorrow a half hour. Just a half hour earlier than you usually wake up. And then let me know how that works out for you. Let me know if you're able to just kind of get your day started on the right foot. And if you're able to make use of that time in the morning. One of the things I always hated, and I'm still kind of like this. I used to hate coming home from work. Right? And this is even back when I first started working full time and stuff after college. I used to hate coming home from work, and then I used to travel on the metro or whatever. So the commute home used to be like a good hour or so. No matter what, the commute was always more than an hour. So then, by the time I would get home, I had roommates, so I would hang out with my roommates for a little bit. But before you knew it, it would be 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and now you got to go right back to sleep just to get right back up and go right back to work. And you'll be like, dang, like, where is my time? Good morning, Unc. Good morning. Have a good one. Like, where's my time at, And so, the reality is sometimes you gotta find and make that time for yourself and carve it out. Some people are night owls. If you're a night owl, say I. I'm a night owl. I stay up later than a lot of people, so I do find time to myself, just to meditate and just have some dentist time. But I'm usually up to 1, maybe sometimes 2 in the morning. I've kind of gotten away from that lately, but I've started getting up earlier. And just so that's what I'm saying to y'all. On the flip side, some people just get up early. I know some people get up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. just to get their day started, just to have some me time, because you end up losing it during the hustle and bustle of the regular day. I guess the business hours, and then even the evening hours, you end up just losing that me time. So just important to be aware of that, folks. Pay attention to how much time you're getting to spend with yourself. And, it's good for you. Here we go. What we got in the news? All I've been seeing in the news with this beat on in the background, it makes me feel like I can freestyle and I can't. But, with all that's been going on in the news, it's been like just double standard century these days. And I will talk about this because, and I may not talk about this too much more after this, but once again, I had made a post about the Muslim ban. And without asking anybody to defend the Muslim ban, that's not what I was asking people to do. What I said was, and clearly this wasn't a ban against all Muslims everywhere. Let's be clear that there was a ban against refugees and then a ban against particular territories, or basically 7 different nations or areas of that can't travel to the U.S. And what frustrated me was, a couple days ago, I had a conversation and someone said, well, the fear is that if we let the refugees in and, the women and stuff like that, that they could have been potentially influenced by radical Islamic ideology. Or, if they come to the U.S., they could grow up and become radical Islamic terrorists or whatever the case may be. So there was this fear of these young people, this fear of these refugees, of basically women and children for the most part, who have already been vetted for, the vetting process takes about 2 years for refugees. But that's not the point. The point that I was trying to get at by asking the question was why isn't the KKK banned in the United States? And as a terrorist organization, of course they should be banned, right? And then just using Trump logic, of course they should be banned because they pose a threat to American citizens, to African American and people of color American citizens. And of course, why not? Why shouldn't they be banned? And then all of their ancestors and everybody tied into the bloodline of a Klansman, why shouldn't they all be banned? And, well, 2 points. For one, I think that any active member of the KKK should be banned or punished in some way, shape, or form. But it would also be ridiculous to ban the children of Klansmen because people can change. Just because your great-grandfather was a Klansman doesn't mean you're going to be a Klansman. Just like I'll be damned if my great-great-great-grandfather was a slave. I'll be damned if y'all think y'all going to come back around and start enslaving me. But, people can change from their ancestors. I think that young refugee children deserve a chance to be better than their nation's history. And just like young white boys and girls get the chance, they get the benefit of the doubt of being better than their forefathers. And we give it to them every day. And so it just drives me, that whole argument just drives me up a wall because young white folks, they don't have to punish, they don't have to pay for the sins of their forefathers. But young refugee children do. Odd to me. But it is what it is. That's just something. That's what's going on in the news. Y'all can care to pay attention to it some more if y'all like. I want to move on to some more motivating things. But what this reminds me of, with this whole Trump presidency nonsense. But what it reminds me of is a saying. Y'all know I like cliches and old sayings and things like that. So what this reminds me of is that saying that, what's the song actually? No one said the road would be easy. And so that's what I want all of you guys to keep in mind right now in this theme. Listen to what I'm saying. No one said the road would be easy. And I think that somewhere along the way, we are told if we're good, we go to school, we get good grades, you do this, you treat people nice, you do unto others as you have them do unto you. You're told these things, and you're told if you do these things that, life is going to work out. You almost feel like, hey, man, this is an easy path. Just do this, do that, and then things will work out the way they're supposed to. And, just the reality is that's not the case. I'm here to tell you to keep it 100 with y'all and say, no one said the road is going to be easy. So if you're getting up today thinking you're just going to go out there and just conquer the world and it's just going to be a piece of cake, and you're not going to have any trips and falls and stumbles and hurdles to jump over, nobody's going to get on your nerves, nobody's going to annoy you, everybody's just going to fold and bend to your will and get out your way. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. No one said the road would be easy. And that's why we do this. That's why we get up in the morning and we get our minds right. That's why if you are, my favorite analogies, if you're an athlete and you got to, and you're preparing for the season, oftentimes the hardest part of the season is at the very beginning. You got double sessions or you got training camp and you're preparing for a very long and grueling and hard road, which is a lot of times, let's just take the analogy of football and training camp and bring it down to just one day. In football season lasts from late August. Well, preseason starts in August. So you got August all the way through to the very beginning of February, Super Bowl. So it's a long road. Training camp typically starts in June or July. You might have some OTAs and stuff in the spring, but then you got, and by July come around, you're typically on your way to being in full-blown training camp mode. It's the hottest outside during that time. The coaches are mean and they go hard, but they get you prepared. You're going to do more lifting during those 2 weeks than you do for all of the rest of the season. You're going to do more. Hold on, guys. You're going to do more lifting during those 2 weeks. You're going to do more running during those 2 weeks. You're going to do more reading and studying during those 2 weeks. You're going to do so much hard work during those 2 weeks just to prepare for the rest of the season, which is going to be a long, hard, grueling road. No one said it was going to be easy. That's why at the beginning, you got to be prepped up right. You got to be, you got to take care of your body. That's why they get on a lot of athletes when they watch them during the all season. Like, what are you doing? Are you preparing for the road? Because this isn't going to be an easy road. So that analogy that stretches out from July all the way to late January. Let's look at that. Let's see. 7 months, whatever. So that's about a 7 month time, 7 month period. Let's say most people do an 8-hour workday, right? So now you got a whole 8 hours. You got to get prepared for it. Then, like I said, you got the evening. Some people work 2 and 3 jobs. You got a whole day to prepare for. The key word is to prepare for. So if we don't get up in the morning and we don't do these warm-ups and we don't exercise and we don't read the newspaper and we don't eat a good breakfast and we don't talk to somebody that's going to uplift our spirits, we don't do the things we need to do to prepare, the road is going to be that much more difficult. The road is going to be that much more hard to deal with. You see what I'm saying? So it's important, guys, to keep in mind that no one said the road's going to be easy. And by going ahead and accepting that reality now, you can get out of the whole woe is me phase of life. Because the hard parts are definitely coming. They're definitely there. They're definitely waiting for you. And that's okay if you're prepared. If you come across a ditch and you're walking through a hike, but you've already prepared yourself for everything you need to be able to go through that, to get over that ditch. You got a hook, you got a rope, you got everything you need for this hike. You're going to be fine. That ditch is no concern to you. You're going to say, hey, guys, there's a ditch up there. Get the rope and the hooks and or whatever we need to get down it and back up it. But if you walk up, nah, bro, I'm on my way. But if you walk up and the ditch catches you off guard because you haven't taken into account that, hey, I'm walking through a mountain, I'm walking through a path, that there may be some ditches along the way, then you were ill prepared. And so part of me doing this is, yes, to keep you guys motivated, but also to hold you accountable, because I need y'all to hold me accountable as well. But part of being accountable is being aware and knowledgeable and prepared for the things that are to come, the things that are in front of you. So I just have to say that the road won't be easy, and therefore stay motivated. Find yourself some good preparation. If let's use another analogy. Some people have that one coworker that drives them a little crazy, that talks a little bit too long, that extends meetings, so on and so forth. And you're about to go into a meeting with this coworker, get prepared. Go get prepared before you go into that meeting. So when you go in, you can knock these points out, boom, 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 and you can get out of there on time in an efficient manner. But if you go in there unprepared, you know that that person is going to hijack the meeting and you're going to be in a 3-hour meeting. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to prepare for the road ahead of you and in there and take the control. There's something else. That's just a good message. I think I might stop right there. I got some other things I want to talk to y'all about. It's that I'll share that tomorrow, actually. Some things around diversity, some things around you becoming a more versatile person or being more versatile, appreciating your versatility and not looking at it as a weakness or a falsehood or you not being authentic. And so one of the ways to become more versatile is to allow diverse views and opinions into your space. And, you know, you do that. And we'll talk about healthy ways to do that tomorrow. I got some books I want to share with you guys. A lot of things that kind of helped me shape my philosophies and views is that I was never completely all the way one way or, you know, for example, my boy Tavis Smiley has a book called The Hard Left. Like, I'm not hard left, but I'm not hard right. You know what I mean? And I don't mind reading a book about the hard left or reading a book like, oh, here we go. Here's a good example. My boy Mike Huckabee, Do the Right Thing. So in the same thing, I got The Hard Left, and I got Do the Right Thing. I wonder if he paid Spike Lee for that. But, you know, you gotta sometimes allow some varying opinions and views in so that you can assess it and then make your own philosophy out of that, you know? So we'll be talking about becoming more versatile and accepting your versatility and or trying to branch out more tomorrow. What is great tomorrow, and tomorrow, I guess, because it's one of my mentors, maybe I will give my boy, my uncle Tavis, I'll give him a shout out tomorrow. Y'all know tomorrow is the start of Black History Month. And I always say I think Black History Month should be every year. I mean, all year long. So it should just be Black History Year, and it should be something that happens every day. But that is not the case. Tomorrow's the start of Black History Month. Figure out how you guys are going to educate your children. That's what's really most important when we have these things. How are you going to educate your children and talk to your children and young people about Black History Month? Maybe you guys have some coworkers that you've never really engaged in that might be someone of the opposite race or somebody from a different country. I had an amazing conversation the other day with a gentleman who was an immigrant, but he's from China, and just amazing conversation about learning his culture. And so perhaps as Black people in America, you take some time to talk to some other brown people. Maybe it's not even about just talking to white folks. Talk to some other brown people or Asian people or whatever, and just let them know about Black History Month and what it means to us. And so I'm looking forward to a whole month of warm-ups with Black History Month on my mind. Y'all going to be calling me Dennis X come March 1st. I need some writers still, so if anybody wants to blog, please hit me up. Let me know what your interest is, and I can get you started blogging on my website, thisjustin.com. So I appreciate it. Look, here's a question of the day. I'm going to just let y'all ponder this one because I don't have time to discuss it out. Maybe I'll come back to it. Question of the day. Y'all think about this. Is common sense common? I think about this all the time. And I wanted to, y'all think about it. We'll talk about it later this week. I'll bring it back up. Is common sense common? All right, y'all. Look, God bless. Have a great day. Recap. So God bless. First of all, go be a blessing to somebody else. Yes, there are some double standards going on in the world right now. Stay attentive. No one said the road would be easy. Keep that in mind. Stop thinking that things are just supposed to happen for you. Like it's just not the case. But the way to prepare for the hard road, like I said, is to stay motivated. The warm up is prep. Get prepared on the front end. Get up a half hour earlier tomorrow. That's your challenge. Later in the week, we'll talk about being versatile and seeking diverse opinions. Alrighty, folks. Love y'all. Have a good day. God bless. Get out there. It's Tuesday. I know we're still at the beginning. Don't forget the goal set. Don't forget to check in with your accountability partner. And tomorrow we'll be halfway there. So later.